Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to All-Star 15 TV on the broadcast tonight. It is the Tuesday Night Tour Mods, and we're coming to you live from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Joining me up in the broadcast booth is the one, the only, the owner of Hutchport Racing Corp, the majority owner of Hutchport Racing, or HSR Phantom Racing. Apologies.
There you go.
It's Mr. Joe Hutchings.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I am muy bien. I don't speak very good Spanish. I just know that I am in a good mood, and that's what that means.
It just sounds like you
Anyways,
finished
how are you doing, AJ?
It sounds like you finished a Dora the Explorer episode just now. Just saying.
Hola, soy Dora. I don't know.
All right, everybody. Well, we got 75 laps around this beautiful Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. But before we do that, qualifying just finished up with 14 drivers. And we're going to send them through heats to set the grid for the feature race. Brendan Kennedy in the YouTube chat, we're doing pretty good. Last week we had off due to the July 4th holiday and still recovering from it. We're not recovering from it, preparing for it. Some people had to go out of state to acquire certain party favors.
I didn't have to. I can buy it in state.
Oh, well, I can't, so...
I don't play with fireworks anymore. I play with firearms.
Yeah, well, you know, you have fun with what you can get.
I know. This is why I am currently polishing up the old 45. I mean, the Lord's caliber. I mean, what? Anyways.
Well, Joe, this should be fun, I would assume. I would hope. But we are getting ready to go as Heat 1 is just getting started. Larson Parker and Nancy Leonardo on your front row. Travis Volkup and Brendan LaBelle in your second row. Then it's James Thompson and Sean Bennies in row 3. Brendan Flurger and Billy Gregg in row 4. It looks like Jackson Casper back in 11th. That's all who has grid so far. But Joe, what are you expecting out of our heat races?
Calamity. Nashville Fairgrounds is a unique facility. We've heard drivers talking about adjusting their lines and trying to figure out how to, mitigate the loose feeling that they are getting in these cars. This is open set. I know a couple of our drivers have been playing around trying to find the best setup, but we'll see some calamity here in the heats, and hopefully it'll calm down for the race.
Well, for everybody at home, they are 10-lap heats, no cautions. So if you get messed up, better get out of the way.
Speaking of which, I need to call that out. Hold on.
As Joe has to go run some race control stuff. But away they go. They're going to get the 2 pace laps around Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Larson Parker did set the fastest time in qualifying to start Heat 1 from the pole. Currently 8 modifieds on the racetrack. We're going to see a little bit of a variation of a line through these turns. A lot of drivers choosing to double apex, both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Thanks Daniel Krim for kind of pointing that out to me. I really appreciate the drivers getting with me before the race starts, as we've gotten the 1 to go here.
Uno más!
Before we send these modifieds up to song into turn number 1, as we almost have contact between the 18 and the 51 on the front row. Well, Joe, here we go. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway's got a modified race for the Tuesday night tour. Can they perform here this evening? And green flag is in the air for the first time. And Nancy gets a hell of a launch off the start. Beats the 18 to the line. They're going to battle side by side off of turn 2. Nancy's in the roll with a car spinning. That's Brendan Clark in the 85. Little contact between our two front runners. That's going to allow LaBelle to get by out of 4. Now they go single file 1 through 5.
There's a name I haven't seen in a while.
Which one?
Brandon Kigger.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Your top 3 are nose to tail. As Larson Parker's looking to the inside, trying to make the pass. LaBelle strong on the outside, gets the run loose off of turn number 4. Has to give way to Parker. That's also going to open up the door to the 51 of Nancy to the inside. Turn 3, gonna use the chrome horn just a tad to move the 4 up the racetrack. That 4 is really loose, Joe, coming off of turn number 4, but now he's having to battle with the 145 of Travis. Larson Parker has made the pass a couple laps ago and is flying as the 51's going to kill the turn 4 wall and gets spun into turn number 1.
Oh, no. See, my mic was actually muted. I'm sorry.
That all started with the 51 killing the turn 4 wall. Wouldn't be surprised if there's damage on that modified. But now has to battle with Casper and Fanfreeze for 4th, 5th, and 6th position. And Larson Parker continues to put a 2.5 gap on the field as we get to lap number 8. We're going to have to stick with this battle for P4. Nancy and Jackson nose to tail into turn number 3. Can that 16 move up another position on the running order? Joe, it's been a very fast heat race.
They are giving it their all. Everybody qualifies.
I think there's something wrong with the 16. He's going to be very slow on the backstretch. And coming out of turn number 2 into 3 and 4, Larson Parker is going to go flag to flag. And he's going to lead the field in the feature.
Way to go.
Sorry, Joe, I know you didn't get a lot of talking points in there, but a lot was happening.
It is very... He said he ain't got no gas in it. That's funny. The guy that was slowing at the end of the race there, that's pretty funny.
That was fun, Joe. That was a lot of fun. We're getting ready for the second heat race. On pole for this, it's Chase Grennan in the 55, Daniel Krim outside pole. Then you have the 11 car of Hodun.
Hold
on. Outside second row, it's Nicholas Uring. Row 3, it's Chad House and Damon LaPrade. Then row 4, it's Nate Orlowski and Brent Meckes.
Sorry, folks, if we butcher your name and you're coming back to watch the streams. We will try our best. If you want to politely comment, how to say your name, we will, try to get it sorted out for the next race. But I see that they're all rolling now, sir.
Yep, they are Limp Bizkiting it off of pit road, and we got a nice 10-car heat number 2. Wow, we might actually have 18 to 20 guys.
I know.
Truck, yeah. Pod 1 Uno?
Pod 1 Uno. It's a school account, is what.
That makes sense.
Yep, that makes total sense. We got students racing. Oh well.
Stay in school, everybody. Stay in school. I wouldn't be here if I didn't, or if I stayed in school. I mean, what?
Ah, it's awesome that we got. Was it University of Northern Ohio? I
Rain
think?
in the air. Oh, and we already have issues in the back of the pack.
Boy.
Nate Orlowski is already around off the start of the race. What the heck happened here? Oh, the 16 just kills him. Damon LaPrade just loses it off the start. But the battle up front as Krim is trying to close in on Grennan. Into 1 and 2, that battle is very close, but you can see right behind him 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6, all under a blanket as Krim's gonna hit the turn 4 wall, and so is House. As we start to get some sort of separation, Grennan with a 16.98 last time by, he is absolutely flying. Looking back a little bit further, Chad House is falling backwards at 26, just gave a spot up to the 22 of Nicholas, as they are still side by side through 1 and 2. Oh, little contact between the two of them.
Where was Nate going?
I think Nate's getting out of the way for everybody, since he kind of got butthole on the start of the race. Oh, the 22 with an issue. Dude, you gotta get moving. There you go. Let's see what happened here. Looks like they might just get together as they're trying. Oh, Nate Orlowski gets off the wall, and oh, both of them with issue. Ouch. As Chase Grennan leads Daniel Krim. Will that lap car come up with an issue? White flag is in the air. 7/10 separating your 2 leaders, and it looks like Grennan is going to go from flag to flag, just like we saw in the first heat. To flag here in heat number 2. And now that we have a little bit of a lull here, 11 modified Pod 1 University of Ohio. If you have an actual name that you want me to put in for that instead of that, please message me. I will substitute that, so at least it comes up with your name instead of your school ID. Joe, if you want to put that in the chat as well, I can if you could do that.
Give me 1 second.
Got you. We got some warm-ups going. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
We're back, everybody, and I'm pretty sure I just broke SDK. Ah, there it is. So we are back, just about to get the race underway.
AJ, I have a
Yes.
slight problem.
What's that?
I need to change out my headset battery.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that could be a problem.
I'll be right back. Yeah, just a little.
But as we're getting ready, we're 20 seconds away from getting gridded and this race started. Fastest in the warm-up was Larson Parker, then the 50 or the 66 of Mekas gets it just as it finishes. Starting up, getting ready to go. Let's check everybody. Larson, Parker, Grenin, your front row. The 145 of Travis and Daniel Krim, your second row. Row 3, it's Brendan LaBelle and Sean Gormley. Row 4, it's Nancy Leonardo and Brett Meckes. Rounding out the top 10, it's the 27 of Sean and the 6 of James Thomas. Looks like we have 16 modified starting the race tonight. Gonna get the 2 to go. And this should be a good one, everybody. Joe, if you're here, what are you expecting?
Hold on 1 second. I got a question.
Yep. It's 75 laps. Everybody should be good on fuel. As I say, should. We might see drivers, if we get cautions, come down and take tires. We've seen them play a factor throughout the race. But everybody gets one fast repair. But once it's gone, and then that's where you're going to have to sit and wait to repair damage. Well, here we go. Pace truck is about to duck down pit road. Larson, Parker, and Chase Grenin stacks the field behind them. There it is. Green flag is in the air, and away we go. Larson, Parker, and Grenin side by side. As you can see, the 55 trying to save it.
The yellow flag is out.
And we already have cars around. Let's see what we got here. Looks like LaBelle. See the... Oh, the 45 just gets loose. Well, that's a 16 too. There's the 22. Yeah, he gets loose. Contact between the two of them. And Nate Orlowski gets it slowed up and doesn't get involved. The parade does have to jump to pit road. First caution coming out of turn number 2. Larson Parker, currently your race leader, as we are about to put lap 4 on the board. Should get the 1 to go this time by. Trying to keep heating those tires. And no, we'll get another lap under us. Couple takers on... No takers on pit road. Still probably too early. Looks like the 23 modified of Sharon up 5 positions. Nate Orlowski's plus 4. Everybody else is basically right where they started. And kudos to Nate for missing that first caution. Let's see if we can get a on-board view of that from the Country Time Lemonade. Woohoo! Ain't no ARCA break in there for Nate. Joe will be back momentarily. He's getting some things squared away.
We should be good to go, but we got some jibber jabbers are in the server right now.
Oh boy. Are they going to get the old Pat McAfee?
No.
No, here we go. Restart number 1. That green flag is back in the air. Parker, Grennan side by side. No contact between the two of them this time by... Oh! Big smash between LaBelle and the 145. That's going to allow Daniel Krim to take sole possession away from the field for third place, as we have a lot going on for that fourth position because they are stacking up behind LaBelle in the number 4. The 11 of Bromley really slow through 3 and 4 on that high line, as the 66 of James Thompson trying to get by. Thompson's really trying to make the pass all over the back bumper of the 11. Oh, huge wreck.
The yellow flag is out.
Whoa. What the heck happened here with Daniel Krim? Did he get too low on the racetrack? Oh, he does. Oh, big stack up. Oh, God. That guy went flying, Joe. That's the 145 of Travis Slocum. Let's see what we got here. Krim, he's going to get loose. And airborne. Lands back on all 4. Doesn't look too bad via damage-wise. Let's jump on board with Daniel Krim because it's just the view of how that car snapped. Yeah, he lost it. Flips the apron, throttles up, and just loses it. But we're definitely going to see some drivers on pit road taking that one fast repair that they've been allowed. And certain people are making moves up towards the front through these cautions. I mentioned Nate Arlowski before. He's now in a top 10 spot in 10th. +9. The 22 of Nicholas +7. Jackson Casper in 7th +5. And Brandon in the number 85 in 9th +5. So with some people having issues, other drivers able to benefit. This time we had the 145, the 47, the 27, and the 6 all come to pit road for service, and here comes the 51 of Nancy Leonardo as well taking. Looks like fuel only. Is there a little bit of a discrepancy if they can make it to the finish? As the lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck, we are less than a half a lap away from throwing this under a green flag once again. Inside is the 55 of Grennan to Larson Parker's 18 to the outside. They are grinning up, and we are green once again at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 4 is very loose on that inside lane. Parker's going to bump the wall on her too. That's going to open up the door for LaBelle. LaBelle looking to make the pass on the inside. They're going to have contact. Parker, LaBelle, side by side into turn number 1 and down the back straightaway. 16 seconds, almost 17 seconds a lap here around Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. They go nose to tail trying to run down the 55 of Chase Brennan. Looking a little bit further back, it's Sean Gormley in that 6th position, blinking out the 11. Jackson Casper right in front of him, but Brandon Gligger is really going to have an issue if that 11 keeps blinking out. Larson Parker just put the fastest lap of the night on the road. It's 16.82. almost 0.4 faster than Brennan. As they are nose to tail for the lead. Parker's gonna take a line up, looking for a hole shot coming out of turn number 4. Cuts down, not able to get the run down the front stretch. Still utilizing that middle of the high lane, looking for the runs down these very, very short scrambles. Back a little bit further, LaBelle and Mekis are starting to heat up, and right behind them is Casper and Kliger. Joe, if you're here, what is the strategy to get through this race, as we have a huge battle brewing for that lead as they continue to pull away from the field?
Survive, as I usually say. It's the same thing in every race in iRacing. It's just survive.
Now we're heating up pretty good. Coming to lap 22. What are you seeing?
I saw a bunch of drivers take tires and came in for fuel early off. I'm wondering if they're going to have to pit sometime during this race, and if those guys that pit early end up making it to the end, then that was the right call. If we go green for a long time and these guys got to do green flag pit stops in these cars, so they are screwed.
They are going to go multiple laps down, probably close to anywhere between
3.
I was going to say 4 and 5, as your 3, 4, and 5th place cars all pop the turn 4 walls. The 66 at Mekis is way out of the groove. And it looks like the 51 with an issue. The high line above Nate Orlowski. Oh, just turns Nate. Let's go back and take a look at that. I don't know if they were trying to keep it off the wall or just turns the 13, but let's jump on the cockpit to kind of see. Yeah, they are turning right, but the car is going left. Flips the 13 and sends Nate Orlowski around. He is most likely going to need to use his faster pair. As more modifieds now come down pit road. This time it's the 85, the 4, the 13, all hitting pit road right here on this lap 26. Joe, what would you call that?
AJ, I'm dealing with some stuff. I'll be right back.
Yep, gotcha, pal. Gotcha. Well, as we most likely have the 2 to go, Parker is your race leader. Brennan sitting P2. +9 is Jackson Casper in 3rd. +4 is Brent Meckins. And then you have Travis Solkup in that 5th position, -2. Sean Gormley right where he qualified in that 6th position. But your biggest mover of the race is a 23 of Sharon, and still, even with that issue, to bring out the caution is Nate Orlowski +8 spots. Here we go. Looks like we have gone a single file.
Green, green, green.
That green flag is back in the air, and away we go. Side by side for the race leader, you can see the 55 pump the brake so he didn't wash up into Parker as they battle. Coming off of turn number 4, a little bit of a gap growing. Parker with a 10.5 lead over Grennan. Already 0.6 ahead of third place. As that's going to open up the door for Mekas, as Mekas to the inside. Going to take P3. They're side by side into turn number 1, but here comes the 145 of Solkup. Solkup is now even with Casper. Casper with that outside lane, a little bit of a tire contact. Coming off of turn number 4, the 47 of Casper's pops the wall out of 4. Larson Parker still your race there. 4 second lead over Grennan. Back a little bit further. Gormley is now passing Casper. Casper is slow coming the pit road. Possible tolling damage as LaBelle is trying to move up the racetrack. Back up to that 6th position. Chasing down Gormley for 5th with a 10.5 lead. This is something you really don't want to have, is green flag pit stops. As it looks like Casper is just stopped at pit entry.
The yellow flag is out.
As Nate Orlowski has an issue. 85. Oh, the 85 just clears out Nate Orlowski. What the heck was that? Trying to take a look on who that is. Give me a second, people. Here it is. That's the 85 of Brandon Gligger. Just goes into turn number 1 and just wipes out Nate Orlowski and then almost spins it himself. Absolutely. It definitely looked intentional. Don't know if it was. But we're going to jump on board with that 85. Give it a little more of a running room here. On board with the 85. Oh, he's off the gas. Maybe he just gets into turn 1 a little too hot. But he completely wipes out Nate Orlowski. Don't know if there was an apology over the sim, but that very unfortunate for the 13, as he is still on the racetrack. Lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. We are single file for the rest of the event. Just about halfway at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow. We are here every Tuesday for these modified races. Next week we go to Dover Motor Speedway as the green flag is back in the air. Huge stack up for the front of the pack. Everybody looks to get away clean. The 55 of Brennan comes down pit road and gives up the track position. Currently blocked in by Nate Orlowski. Gonna now look to the inside. Makes the pass look easy. We'll be on fresh tires. Maybe get back to the leader. We're gonna be filled with questions for the rest of the night. The 22 and the 13 are now battling. Here comes the 145 as well. Up front. It is not even a contest. Larson Parker, 0.7 of a second over Brent Meckens. 85 of Brandon is bouncing back nicely after the incident. Just a couple laps ago in that 10 spots, battling with the number 4 of Brendan LaBelle. Looks like the Killer Bees are 2, 3, and 4 with Brendan, and Brandon.
Just bounced off the wall.
I'm pretty sure everybody's hitting the wall. As the 22 does it again.
Yeah, the cars have Nerf bars, but you can still mess up that right front or that right rear. Or if you're, somebody with no talent, end up hitting the inside wall.
But we weren't going to talk about that. As the 85 is putting some huge pressure on LaBelle, pushing him through the turns. Oh, both are loose out of turn number 4. They are having to deal with so much, as it looks like the 51 of Nancy Leonardo just jumped to pit road after a crash. Oh, 51 pops the wall and just takes it to the inside and jumps to pit road, ending the 51's race.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh no. And the 13 is around. He's going to have to get going before the Blues get back around.
It looks like he just hit the apron. Yep. Left front's all the way down.
Oh! And we are just shy of lap 50, getting close to the end of tonight's race. Any other takers down pit road? Thompson, Orlowski, both coming the pit road. We had Grennan, Krim, Kluger, LaBelle, all hitting pit road during this caution. That leaves Parker. Excuse me. Wow, felt that coming. Trying to get everything out at once. Parker, Sorkup, Gormley, and Wisconsin, Winowski, all yet to pit during today's race, or tonight's race.
Wisnowski.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you.
Winowski. There we go. We'll go with it. Nothing like trying to sound out people's names on a broadcast. Whee!
Well, lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. Just getting ready to go green. 25 laps to go. 24 when we hit the line. We'll click that off very, very fast.
Green flag.
There it is. Green flag is back in the air, and here we go again. Parker's got the clean air, and he says, see you later to everybody else. Already a half a second ahead of second place. Oh, as Nate hits pit entry. Brennan now trying to make the way back up as Crimp. Does he go around? Yes, he does. Oh, and the 85 gets the 47 loose and, for the most part, spins him. Bump there. Comes up the racetrack, a little bit of a neck code, and the 85 just nails somebody else. Sixth caution of the night with 21 laps to go. Now that we've had the cautions, anybody that was worried about possibly having to pit for fuel, out the window. If anything, you're going to pit for tires, but if you're up front, you've already made your bed. So Parker, Sorkup, and Gormley most likely all staying out the rest of the way. But Brennan in the 55 on fresh tires is right there in waiting. And the lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. The one to go for the single file restart. We're going to go green with 18 laps to go. Well, here we go. Pace truck is off, and green flag is in the air. The 18 with an excellent restart once again. They're going to try to stay with them as the battle is for that third spot. Gormley to the inside. You're looking at Grennan to the outside. Trying to make the pass around the outside. He's going to have a whole shot coming out of turn 4. Should get the position here and clears the 11. The 55 is back up the third and looking for more as they continue to battle behind.
Looks like Krim just stuffed it pretty hard.
He is very
like that toe link. Yeah, that toe link on the right front's done.
I think at this point he's just trying to make it the rest of the way. Parker with almost a second lead over Soka. But Grennan is just outside the realm of catching the 145. Last time by a 17-11 to a 17-13. Parker's in his own zip code with a 1698. As we have a battle here, the 85 and the 66. Into turn number 1 as they stay almost side by side as the 66 is going to give way. To look for a run down the backstretch. The 85 of Brandon has taken that 6th position, now looking to grab 5th from Gormley. almost sends the 11. Now has to worry about the 66 of Meckens again. That 85 is going to wreck somebody else. Or himself. All that battling for a top 5 back to P8. But the 11 and the 66 are still battling as they cross the line with less than 10 laps to go. This is for a P5 position as Brennan makes it to P2. Can he close in on Larson Parker? Right now, the last 5 laps, Parker has put on almost a 2-second lead on Brennan sitting P2. Your top 3 are all where they started tonight's event. Just watch how smooth this 18 is from the cockpit. Coming out of turn number 4, a little bit of a squirrely moment. Sends it into turn 1. Gets the car to rotate and just accelerates off of turn number 2. Just 5 laps remaining here from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Looks like Parker's checking out.
Yeah, he definitely is checked out. Almost a 2.5-second lead over Grennan. He's still putting up qualifying laps late in tonight's race. Has yet to pit. And with 3 to go, coming to 2 to go, he's been basically perfect. Has an average position per lap of 1.2. Brennan did lead early, but it's been all Larson Parker as we are coming around towards that white flag brought to you by Hard AF Seltzer.
Stay hard.
Through 1 and 2, no competition can stop this 18 all night long. Larson Parker is your winner at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for the Tuesday Night Tour Mod Series. Absolute pure domination from start to finish. See if he can end up burning it down. Yeah, there he goes. Looks like that 13, that left front tire ain't doing too good. What the hell did Nate do to the car?
I don't know.
He definitely hit something hard. Oh. Okay. The 22 just celebrating the end of the race. And then everybody just playing bumper cars. As Larson Parker takes the win here tonight in dominating fashion. Your top 3 all finished where they started. And
Well, that was an entertaining race.
Yeah, entertaining, stressful. I choose D, all the above. But
yeah, I wish some of our iRacing peers would have a little bit better manners in these races. But good race, y'all.
We'll see you guys next week at Dover Motor Speedway in Dover, Delaware. Catch you later, everybody.
Peace.